Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 11 in the New Messianic Version for September 11th, 2023. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord Jehovah, but a just weight his delight. Pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly, wisdom. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in naughtiness. When a wicked man die, expectation shall perish, and the hope of unjust men perishes. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. A hypocrite with mouth destroys his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, shouting. By the blessing of the upright the city is exalted, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. He that is void of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holds his peace. A talebearer reveals secrets, but he that is of a faithful spirit conceals the matter. Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there's safety. He that's surety for a stranger shall smart for it. He that hates self-assurance is sure. A gracious woman retains honor, and strong men retain riches. The merciful man does good to his own soul, but cruel troubles his own flesh. The wicked works a deceitful work, but to him that sows righteousness a sure reward. As righteousness tends to life, so he that pursues evil pursues it to his own death. They that are of a perverse... Way too many. They that are of a perverse heart, abomination to the Lord Jehovah, but upright way his delight. We'll reread that in a minute. Hand in hand the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. The desire of the righteous, only good. The expectation of the wicked, wrath. There is that scatters, and yet increases, and that withholds more than is meet, but to poverty. Stumbling. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that waters shall be watered also himself. He that withholds corn, the people shall curse him, but blessing upon the head of him that sells. He that diligently seeks good procures favor, but he that seeks mischief, it shall come unto him. He that trusts in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. He that troubles his own house shall inherit the wind, and the fool servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of the righteous, a tree of life, and he that wins souls, wise. Behold, the righteous shall be recompensed in the earth, much more the wicked and the sinner. Oh man. All the little bracketed his and ises and stuff really throws me off because I'm trying to read the translation as is, but it puts in these little helper things for us. I kind of like the way it sounds though. Pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly wisdom. It says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. It says a couple of times here, like 3 different ways, basically like righteousness are going to preserve people, wickedness are going to be what seals the deal on unrighteous people. Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking for the one that I was stumbling over so bad. A talebearer reveals secrets, but he that is of a faithful spirit conceals the matter. It goes back to don't gossip, right? If you're trusted with secrets, keep your secrets. With that, though, you have to be able to find wisdom to not reveal a secret. But I mean, if another friend asks you something, not like, hey, do you know X thing? And that's the secret you're keeping. More like, oh man, I've got to make this decision. What do you think I should do? And it pertains in some way to the situation of the secret you were trusted. Well, you don't have to say, well, homeboy told me. You could just tell the friend that's asking, I think it would be best if you approach the situation in this way. Or, Socratically, like, you should consider X, Y, and Z. Let them maybe not discover the secret on their own, and certainly reveal it, but, if it's something that they need to be aware of, then, oh, have you asked so-and-so if it's cool that you do that? Or is that going to cause a conflict, you think, with that person? Try to give wise counsel without giving away a secret, I think is the point here, right? You don't want to spread everybody else's business, but to play stupid and let a situation play out when it could be avoided, like play out poorly, doesn't seem prudent either. So this book of wisdom is wisdom and its principles and its ways of looking and thinking and understanding the world. It's not the Decalogue, the 10 Commandments, the 10 words. Like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't. It's principles. Hey, don't do this because this will happen. If you're unrighteous, this is going to happen. If you're stingy, you're going to lose your money anyway. If you give to people, it'll be given to you. These are general principles, not commandments per se. Over and over. As righteousness to life, so he that pursues evil to his own death. There's another one with helpers, right? As righteousness tends to life, so he that pursues evil pursues it to his own death. This one, it was the next one. It's perverse. Every time perverse shows up, they that are of a perverse, twisted, that's the parentheses. Then the bracket, habitually disposed to disobedience and opposition, heart, that's why I stumbled so bad. I was like, where is the word? Because then right down here are, helper word, abomination to the Lord Jehovah, Messiah, pre-incarnate, but such as are upright in their way are his delight. Too many helper words, right? So let's see if we can get it off one time. One time. They that are of a perverse heart are I did it anyway with the helper word. They that are a perverse heart, abomination to the Lord Jehovah, but upright in way his delight. Yeah, we need the helper words on that one, right? Or it's probably my terrible reading. They that are of a perverse heart are an abomination to the Lord Jehovah, such as are upright in their way are his delight. I missed the butt on that one. This is a challenging translation, and I was using it in church this weekend, and somebody right behind me kind of in church were talking, right? Hey, what'd you see in this passage? What'd you hear? So I was saying, like, look, I just had this defaulted, my translation. We were reading the start of Philippians, and it had some verses that are some renderings that were a little bit different. So it's cool to see another person kind of nerd out with you on a Bible translation. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I've heard multiple mentions of the Tree of Life version lately, both as like, I love that version, and like, I hate that version for various reasons. I like reading the names of God in it. Oh, but it's so pretentious, and there are two sides. So I think we might add Tree of Life to this mix. I know that was one that I had mentioned. And what's happening here? I guess we all going to the side. About to pick up a shift. Had an early one. Brought the car to get the estimate on the fix because your homeboy backed in the more expensive car into the nice, less expensive car and damaged both cars, right? So the truck's got to go in for repairs. what do you call it? The sedan's got to go in for repairs. I'm not good at this stuff, and I don't want to. I'm going to own these cars for a long time, right? I own this car, and I'm trying within the next 2 or 3 months to finish paying off the truck, and then we just got student loans and a house. So if you haven't watched this long enough, you'll eventually catch me on a rant on money and debt. And this is, I think, pertains to some of these verses on the way that we were responsible with our money and the things that we're put in charge of. And then as well, when we have a position of power and the way that we make money and the way that we make our deals, we shouldn't be unfair. Don't be an abomination of the Lord. Don't have unjust weights. Don't be guilty of usury, things like that, so that the Lord is not displeased with us and wants to bless us. On top of that, give the Lord his portion right off the top. And then thirdly, you need some giving account so that when somebody has a need around you and the Lord's like, you can whip that check out. Like I said, I believe it was the day before, Jesus ain't in your posse. All right, he's not behind me. He's in front of me, and I'm waiting to see what Master needs from me. So Jesus says, pick up the tab. Homeboy, give me my pen, So think about it. And it was nice to hear Pastor talk about it this week that, he keeps a separate account for his 10%, for his giving account, and relate a couple of stories on how he was able to take care of his needs. And it's clear that he's trying to not impress upon the church to tithe and give, but at the same time, it's clear that the post-COVID generation of the church isn't generating tithes and income for the church in the same way. So pray on that. We got an app. We got a way to give digitally. We're online. I really want to help assist the church in moving the online audience. But as you can see, I don't have an audience to give. I can only try to support based on knowledge and technical stuff that I'm learning. I do realize after listening to so much coaching and so much vidIQ and things like that, I need to start doing this ahead of time as much as possible. The problem is my time to shine is afternoon to late night. That's just when I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So if you get me on in the morning, I'm going to be bleary-eyed. I'm going to be grumpy. My voice isn't going to be on point. So we got to figure out how we're going to do this and stay on. But at the same time, I want to be able to edit this a little better, perhaps. Maybe give a little bit of intro clip to show people what they're dealing with. And I don't know. Maybe it's not necessary. But as I look forward to the last quarter of the year and how this is going to change, as I round out the year on it. Yeah, parking the shade. Yeah. It's important to be thinking about. I digress. Let's get through this and see. This is the one I was talking about right under it. The wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Good. I hope if I do well enough, not I'll be saved, but that it'll benefit my kids. It'll save them from this evil society that they're stuck in. Ooh, shoot. I got a minute of film time left. Didn't delete it. Still going through them. Really need to post the daily verses because I know people enjoy them. But no sooner I finish doing this, I'm going to pull in and get my packages and do that. I'm just trying to stay busy. Stay diligent, right? I don't need to be rich. I need my kids to be secure. I need my wife to be happy. And I need to have no debt. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that waters shall be watered also himself. This is important. That's why I try to pour into people and be there for them when they need it, because on days like Friday, when I had such just a bad day and couldn't kickstart, I needed somebody to pour into me. So he that diligently seeks good procures favor, but he that seeks mischief, it'll come to him. Get what you look for. All right, we're running out of time. 15 seconds. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that wins souls is wise. Check on your homies. Give a call today. Tell your friends you love them and give them the answers they need in Jesus Christ. Go with God. Be blessed. See you soon.